Shout out to all chess players that were born in 1966. This is the issue number 1 of the Informator, what was considered the Bible in that time for every chess professional. Why it was considered the Bible? Because it was the only way to have the latest games played in tournaments all around the world by top players. Generally, each one of these issues would have like 400 or 500 games, and of course for grandmasters and players at the top they were really important, because while you try to find by yourself, in 1966 there were no engines, so they had to find by themselves opening novelties. Here they would have them, because obviously when you play a game you cannot really hide your opening preparation. So this was great. I'm going to show you a couple of games today, because they are kind of miniatures, like less than 30 moves, very pleasant to see, and obviously for those that are older than me, think what you were doing in 1966. The game I want to show you now is game 20 of this issue number 1 of the Informator, between Rubinetti and Ullman at Mar del Plata. Rubinetti is white and he starts with e4. Ullman, black, starts with e6, and one would think it's a French defense, but Rubinetti plays d3, which shows that he wants to play a King's Indian attack. d5, knight d2, knight f6, knight g f3, bishop e7, g3, c5, bishop g2, knight c6, castle, and castle. Rook e1. As you can see, this is the typical King's Indian attack. Then generally there is this kind of maneuver by the knight, because you need to open that. It seems Fischer was really good at this kind of system. This is a system because you move always the pieces in the same way. Okay, after rook e1, black plays a great move, which, by the way, honestly today is not a great move, it's normal. It's what I find in every game, because I also played this system, b5. So this is a great move in the sense that it expands on the queen side. You need to know how to block it before it's too late, because that can give you a problem, okay? e5, knight d7, knight f1, e5, and now yes, white has a problem. He needs to decide what to do. I don't know if Fischer played something like a3 to block that kind of advance, because as you can see it's scary, right? Black has clearly a queenside attack. Now white plays h4, which is in let's say in accordance to this opening, but again first you should block that and then you continue your attack, because when it becomes too strong it's a problem. Okay, b4, and here h5. There is a symbol from the Informator that indicates this move is interesting, but and is not dubious, it's interesting. Bishop a6, h6, g6, knight 1, h2, e4. Again we see that white is not blocking the attack on the queen side, and that's a mistake. bishop f4, bishop b5, knight g4, and knight d4. And now there is a dubious move by white, that is knight 4 h2. Yeah, this doesn't make any sense. He's returning back. I don't know. However, strangely, they write that this is a dubious move, but they don't tell you what is the correct move that white should have played. And that's kind of important, I think, right? Of course, today you just with a click on your computer discover what the engine tell you to do, but in the time you are in this position, what do you do for white? What is the correct move, right? Okay, rook c8, bishop f1, rook c6, and here there is c4, which is answered with b takes c3 and passant. B takes c3, knight takes f3, knight takes f3, and rook b6 trying to control the b5. Queen d2, connecting the rooks, bishop c6, opening the file for the rook, and here another mistake by white. What is the mistake? Bishop g2. Again, it seems that it's kind of different when you see Fischer's game, because Fischer pieces land in the right square and then they stay there, they can continue to go back and forth. Here probably this is the move. Why? Because it blocks this, which means it blocks this. So that's better than bishop g2. Okay? And of course, now that he played the wrong move, the other guy does this because he opened the diagonal, right? Here, white played this, c4, maybe this made more sense. So c4, bishop takes f3, bishop takes f3, and g5. Boom, cutting the connection with this. And it's a kind of powerful move. That's interesting. What's going on here? Here it seems that white played king h2, but black didn't take, obviously, because when the queen takes, it goes to g4 and then g7, and played king h8. King h8 is important because you can try to avoid this, right? Then he played rook g1, rook g8, bishop h5, and queen f8, and here Rubinetti gave up and resigned. Why resign? Because if you cannot defend this, then also this is a problem. What are you doing? As you can see, however, black's position is perfectly fine. White's position has no attack and a lot of problems. And so Rubinetti gave up. I hope you enjoyed this game from the Informator from 1966, the issue number 1, and I will show you more games from it because they are exciting and they happened a long time ago.